Kevin starts this hour off in Birmingham, Alabama. Hi, Kevin. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Good evening, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up in your world?
Well, got a quick question. Me and my wife just moved back home to Alabama. She is now a stay-at-home mom with our brand new 4-month-old.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I brought a lot of stupidity into our marriage that she's helping me clean up. We have about $18,000 in active debt, which is just a personal loan and student loans. We have about $3,000 that's actually in collections. Her vehicle is paid for, and I have a truck that's got about $3,500 negative equity for me to sell it to get out from under the loan. My question is, we sold our house in Florida from where we moved to, and we've got a $24,000 hammer to start. I just don't know, should I just go ahead and clear out all the debt and then work on my truck, or should I get rid of my truck first because I have a $600 payment that's just hurting us each month?
Yeah. So what's the truck worth?
The truck is worth $31,000 on private retail.
Yeah.
And I owe right at $34,500.
Yeah, gotcha.
Pay off.
Gotcha. Okay. And what's your household income?
It's just me right now, and it's right at $61,000 a year.
Yeah.
I bring home roughly $4,500 a month.
Okay. So, my opinion, if you've listened to me for more than 30 seconds, you probably know this, is that you have too much truck even if it were paid for.
Yes, sir.
Because you don't want more than half your annual income tied up with things with wheels and motors. And your truck alone violates that. So even if it were paid for, I'd be looking at, you got too much truck. So, yeah, truck's gone, and we got to replace it, and we got to cover the $3,500. So what are you going to spend on what you're going to drive for the next year and a half or 2 years while you get out of debt? You're not going to drive it forever, but what are you going to spend on that get-out-of-debt car or truck?
The ones I've been looking at are right around $1,500 to $2,000 because my wife's vehicle is very dependable and it's paid for.
Okay.
And I'm looking at a $1,500 beater to get to and from work. I just drive a bit of a distance. But
yeah, I would kick that up to $5,000 in your situation. That's not going to keep you from hitting your goals. And so we need $5,000 for that. We need $3,500 for the hole that you're in, right?
Yes, sir.
So we just spent the first $8,300 or so, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then we've got $25,000 hammer, $24,000 hammer, $22,000. What was the size again?
It's going to be right at it's $24,000 is how much money we have right now.
Okay. The stuff that you have in collections, are you paying payments on it actively?
No, sir.
Okay. Are they hounding you?
Yes. I've tried to settle with them before, and it just went into a collection status, and they're not. I tried the whole, wait towards the end of the month and kind of hammer at them, and they
it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, end of the month helps some, but that's just because they're trying to hit their personal goals on collections. You're just trying to help the idiot in the cube that's doing the collections. So it doesn't really help the company. The company doesn't give a rip, but they're just trying to hit quotas because it's a phone room is what a collections operation is. And they're all sitting there with bonuses and spiffs and whatever. So that's the only thing you got working on your favor. So yeah, they're just not ripe yet. Let them sit there. And then let's just start working the debt snowball with the rest of it, list it smallest to largest. But basically, we've got the money to get rid of the truck and replace the truck with a $5,000 get-around car, okay?
Yes, sir.
So set aside $9,000. Give yourself a little wiggle room. That's over here. This is the truck exit fund. And then the rest of it, we're going to work the debt snowball with. Collections is just not getting anything because they're not softened up yet. When they get softened up, we'll write them a check.
Yes, sir. Should I set aside any money, which I've read the baby steps, put $1,000 up and then use the rest on debt.
Yep.
Should I put some kind of to the side for the collections when they come, or just?
Nah. If you're out of money when they get there, you just go, well, you guys missed your shot. I told you. I'll get to you when I can get to you. Now you're sidelined by your own idiocy.
Okay, so knock out the truck first, get that out of our life, and then work on the debt.
No, it's not and then. It's at the same time. We just set $9,000 aside. It takes a little while to get the truck sold. Got to get it sold, then you got to buy another one. Meanwhile, you're going to take the rest of that money and work your debt snowball.
Okay. That's where I was kind of confused. Because the truck's killing us, so it's got to go.
Yeah, it does. It's just too much, and especially the situation you're in today. And the bad news is you guys are going through all this. The good news is with a brand new baby and a bright future, you got a lot of reasons to clean this up. So you're the kind of guy that will clean it up. You're not gonna go like, well, I needed to stop and go on vacation because I'm a wuss. No, you're gonna go through and clean it up.
Yes, sir.
You're the dude,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I'm proud of you. Get after it. I love it. Open phones at 888-825-5225. So for those of you that have not tuned in here very often or don't know these details, these folks always throw these baby steps around like they're some kind of gospel or something. They're not. They're just the most proven effective way to get out of debt and build wealth and become outrageously generous. And this is the goal with money. There's lots of other good goals in life to have, but with money, when we get out of debt, we have money. And the first 3 baby steps are done with what we call gazelle intensity, which means you are running hard and doing nothing but thinking about staying alive like a gazelle running from a cheetah. And you aren't, and so when you're broke and in debt like that guy was, you're not going out to eat. You're broken in debt. You have a $35,000 truck with a $600 car payment. Your butt does not need to see the inside of a restaurant unless you're working there as an extra job. You're on beans and rice and beans, cleaning up the freaking mess you made when you were a child now that you are growing up. I'm not punishing you. I'm telling you this is the fastest way out. And people that go, they're going to play with this stuff, the cheetah eats their butt. You don't see gazelles kind of go like, I think I'll run a little. No, they run for their freaking lives. It's not a game. And they're not going on vacation. They're using every dollar they can find. They're working extra. You're selling so much stuff the kids think they're next. We're cleaning up this mess. And that's baby steps. 1, get $1,000. 2, get out of debt using the debt snowball, everything but your house. And 3 is your emergency fund. Most people are doing that in 1, 2, maybe 3 years with gazelle intensity. Then you lighten up a little bit and you start your building wealth plan. But when you're in the middle of the mess, you got no money and you're in debt, you can't afford to go out to eat. You're a broke person.